Hi, my name is Solomon Oyadele. I'm the team lead of the Gender Advocacy and Child Education think tank group. When you hear the word gender-based violence, what comes to mind? A lot of people feel that gender-based violence is another buzzword in the development space. According to United Nations, in 2017 alone, about 87,000 women were murdered in cases related to gender-based violence. This is devoid of the violence against men that is grossly underreported or not even reported at all. In September 2019, thousands of women across South Africa came out in droves to protest about a case the government eventually called a national emergency. According to the crime statistics, it was said that at least one woman was murdered every 3 hours, 50 men every day. I remember the case of a lady who came to light on social media in the height of the COVID-19 pandemic, how a boyfriend pulled off her ears with a plier and eventually gruesomely murdered her, in their home in Lagos here. We've had countless stories from my sister Chinai from Zimbabwe, from Christabel from Cameroon, how it is just difficult for people or for victims to be able to report or raise an alarm. Despite the different works done across the space, we had thought about what can we do to consolidate this work and can use a tech-based innovative solution in tackling the issue of gender-based violence. No doubt, the survey we carried out was to corroborate the data we gathered from the American Journal of Epidemiology. This data was from about 24 countries, 12 of them from Africa. And they realized that there are top 3 reasons why people remain in the abusive and vicious circle of this gender-based violence. The first that came out top is the barrier to reporting or seeking care from formal sources. Number 2 was that there isn't enough awareness, of the available resources. And number 3 was that distrust of responders. And so we tried. The biggest beat for us was that 73.1% of our respondents said it is difficult to report cases of gender-based violence, despite the fact that a bulk of them are aware that there are different players in the industry who are trying to tackle the issues of gender-based violence head on. So we decided we need to come up with a tech-based and innovative solution that can help us democratize this reporting process. So we thought about having an app and a USSD code, an app called Shout. So I'll take you through what Shout looks like. Alright, so this is what you see once you download the application from App Store or iOS. And then you'll be required to fill in some information quickly: name, telephone number, the most important information we need, contact address, gender, date of birth. Then you'll be required to accept terms and conditions, because we'll be embedding some technology into the system like geolocation, voice recognition, behavioral biometrics, facial recognition, and the likes. And once you submit, you'll be sent a verification code to your telephone number. You input the verification code and verify. And on the home page, you would find 4 modules: report an emergency, learn about gender-based violence, talk to me, the chat box, and a cart where you can get materials about gender-based violence. So let's quickly go through the module of report an emergency. Once you punch the report an emergency button, you automatically get a stay calm Chinai. Will connect you into a responder. And what we do is that the moment you punch the report an emergency button, we immediately send a message to your emergency contact numbers to say, hey, Chinai has currently notified us that there is an emergency. This is where she is at this point in time, so we can diversify the means of access. Then we connect you automatically to a responder around your radius. It could be around your local government or wherever you are based on your location. Then once that is done, you get a message that your responder Shade will contact you in 5 minutes. The expectation is that before you have to contact Shade, she must have reached out to you. So Shade could be from a Warif, could be from a Kikiyara, or from a Lagos State Center for Domestic Violence Response Team. And we realize that a lot of time people might want to raise an alarm for a neighbor or for something happening in the environment, so they are able to either do a voice recording, take pictures, or even do a video to be able to report. And once this is done, We ask you, are you satisfied with your responders? This is to help us appropriately measure and appraise the work we're doing and our partnership with our different partners in the ecosystem. So if you say you're satisfied, yes, you would be able to rate the app. If you say you're not satisfied, no. We try to connect you back again based on artificial intelligence to another responder, right? As much as possible, we want it to be technology based without so much of human intervention. And at the end of the day, once you say you're satisfied, right, you rate the app and you go back to the home page. For the learn about gender-based violence module, it's straightforward. Once you punch the learn about gender-based violence, you have different modules: boy child, girl child, adult male, whatever you want to learn. There will be a lot of materials. I mean, this is like our collaborative learning and adaptation part of of our solution, as it were, right? So another bit of it is the talk to me chat box. So this is supposed to be a 24/7 chat box where you can, we're still going to update this list. You can talk to a lawyer, a law enforcement agent, a counselor, a psychotherapist, right? So for example, you talk to a lawyer. So one of the things we'll try to do with this chat box is to make the chat box a machine learning enabled system, such that the machine has been taught based on different algorithms to pick out some words and be able to answer some questions until a human being is able to respond. So you say, "Hi," someone responds to you because you've said you want to talk to a counselor. Someone responds to you to say, "Hi, Chinai, my name is blah blah blah," and you're assigned counselor, and it would ask you what's on your mind. You say, "Oh, I'm depressed." Based on the algorithm we've loaded the system with, once the system hears depression, it says, "Oh, why do you say so?" You say, "My uncle keeps raping me and I don't have anybody to talk to." The moment the system hears raping, right, is able to send a message to 24/7 partner to say that, "Oh, there's somebody who has a case of rape and sexual abuse. Can you jump on the chat?" So the chat is automatically connected to, right, an agent who is able to help the person through. So the goal of this is to be able to help people find help real time, from the comfort of their homes, right? A big part of this solution also is that we want to infuse biometrics technology, such that when you shake your phone 3 times, right, imagine not having to open your app to report. When you shake your phone 3 times, right, you get a message of, "Oh, panic detected," right? And a lot of people will say, "Oh, people might want to raise an alarm unnecessarily." So when you shake the phone 3 times, you get a pop-up message on your screen as a push message, say, "Oh, panic has been detected. Are you safe?" If you say you're safe, if you say yes, you go back to the home page. But if you say no, right, you go through the process of getting connected to a responder, right? Your emergency number, they are notified. If you're satisfied, you say yes, then you rate the application, as it were. Then another bit of it is also what we have called voice recognition technology, where you can raise an alarm and trigger once you update your profile with some voice profiling, right? For example, you could be shouting help. If you shout help 5 times, right, the system triggers an alarm and says panic has been detected, right? And also it will work like a typical Siri of this world, where you can say help, right, and it triggers an alarm, and we're able to confirm, are you safe? You can also confirm if you're safe or not via your voice recognition. Right, if you say you're not safe, no, we automatically connect you to a responder within your radius and all of that. So this is basically how the system works, as it were. For the USSD code, we intend to partner with telcos and network operators. What this means is that, imagine partnering with the MTNs of this world or the Vodafone of this world, and reporters are able to punch *911#, and within 2 or 3 strings, they are able to quickly find help, and they are connected to maybe an organization who is a responder or a law enforcement agency within the radius of the reporter. The biggest question will be, a lot of people in Africans don't have phones. A lot of people in the grassroots are the ones reporting cases of gender-based violence. It is worthy to note that as of 2018, there are about 315 million mobile subscribers who use smartphones, and it is projected by 2025 they would scale up to about 700 million. And even at that, we are also trying to embed in those who use feature phones. And currently today, we heard that there are about 8.7% year-on-year increase, in the use of feature phones. And this is why we've been seeing the increase of USSD across board in Africa. And it's also worthy to note that a lot of techies are beginning to build applications that can work on feature phones. So when it comes to scalability and the financial sustainability of this project, we intend to partner with a lot of government organizations. We can use Nigeria as a simulation. For an example, we say that we want to partner with about maybe 10 governments, 10 state governments, most importantly maybe the office of the First Lady, and we give them an application that can be white label, an application that can be customized, such that maybe the government of Lagos State says that, oh yeah, we want to consolidate all our efforts in tackling gender-based violence into a single app. In terms of team formation, personally I work as an innovation manager with a financial service company, and within the team we have business analysts, we have content creators, and we have those who can put their heads and minds together to make this happen. And if we are asked, how do we intend to float these? We intend to float these as a non-for-profit organization, and we're not just ending by preferring a tech-based solution alone. A big piece of the work we're trying to do is to be able to engage the government and to be able to influence policymakers in creating ideas like having a GBV desk across our police stations. And we can also have the creation of a special marshal corps for GBV, across Africa. For Nigeria, we would have the same way we have special marshal corps for road safety and all of that. We can have for gender-based violence, and we can also have the creation of a special court for gender-based violence cases. It will help expedite the justice system. The central idea of this innovative solution is to break it in bits in terms of implementation. We're going to have MVP 1 with the app, then we'll have MVP 2 with the USSD.